Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I, Enchantress the Babbler, on our revolutionary ride. This is today's setup, guys. So happy full moon in Sagittario, in Sagittarius. Hello, Mao, in Western astrology. For those of you that don't know, in Western astrology, I am a Sagittarius, and I'm excited to bring to you whatever this is gonna do, because there's a lot of things that's gonna happen here. So I feel really good. Do you hear? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Right? So welcome. If this is your first time here, may you find the pockets of mana that will be in here for you. Right? And love it too, and utilize it for you in such bless ups of ways that have you heavenly activated, right? And for those that come in for other reasons, right? So yeah, either way, right? So I had started shuffling and whatever the case may be, and the first motherfucking card out, was the Tower, right? And I'm like, okay, right? But it's the Tower of Empower, right? Tower of Empower. And then too, when I was the Tower of Empower, right? The Tower, the Tower of Empower. Hi, baby. How are you? How are you? Don't you? They'll walk through this with you. No, no, no. Where are you? Oh. Come this way. This way. Hey, baby, come over here. I think I scared her off. But it's okay. You gotta come over here from here. All right. Sorry about that. But she cute. She cute, but half blind, half deaf, right? So that's like us too, right? We're half blind, half deaf, right? Half blind, half deaf, right? When it comes to when we come into this 3D reality, right? It's like conditioning and stuff like that. But either way, the Tower of Empower. And then next to it was a card blank. And so the card blank here in this particular deck, I checked it out and I was like, it meant complete freedom of action, right? You have a chance to fulfill any of your dreams, and now is the right time. You are the favorite of fate, right? And so the Tower of Empower, favor of fate. And then this whole entire deck, when I was bringing it over here to set up, fell. And when it fell, there were other cards that flipped over on the top, but this is the last card because it went under, right? Was make the first move. And this card came out again. I don't know if I posted it or whatever the case may be, but I might have pictures of it from another day or another person's reading. I don't know. I see too many things, right? But it's take the initiative, right? So take the initiative, right? This Tower that hit, this full embodiment, right? And this is like that Sagittarius type of energy too, right? Because Sagittarius is all about shooting your mark, knowing your mark, like aiming, fire, here we go, right? So it's like, the Tower, right? Okay, we see, but I'm in full alignment, you know what I mean? And so it's like the alignment of our chakras, right? That is activating, right? All at once. I am, I feel, I do, I love, I speak, I see, I understand, and I command, right? So it's like, yeah, right? So this is a powerful read. So we're going to be doing a lot of type of things. I don't know. So get comfortable because I'm comfortable. I even got a pillow over here. I'm going to just be chilling, right? We're chilling. We are straight chilling. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in, right? To your Tower of Empowerment as you, this card blank, right? as you create that which you want, but get to, so you're doing that, you're creating what you want, but also before that too. So I don't know, this is going to be a message to be for whomever it be for. What's the beef in the streets? Because that's what I was hearing even before. This was a couple of hours ago though, before when I was going to really start recording. Well, I was setting up to record, because it takes sometimes a while, right? For me, I'll start slowly setting up, I'm meditating, I'm doing a lot of different kind of stuff, connecting with whatever is going to evolve from here. And so as I put stuff and, set things up and things like that, these things come to mind, right? And so, I was just like, whatever. Anyways, um, so yeah, so there's beef in the streets. There's beef in the streets, right? But here you are with your tower of empowerment, and you're making the first move, right? So for those of you, all right, so you're power upgrading while there's beef in the street. Some of you might be directly involved. Some of you may be targeted by people that want to have beef with you in the streets. Some of you might be having a falling out with people that you beefing with now in the streets. This could be in an industry. This could be in your family. This could be in your friend group. This could be whatever it's going to be for you, right? Or this could be neighboring suits, or you could be just like I, who just picks up the energies of that collective of what's going outside the hive, or people want to try you this time, right? And it's just like, okay, what's the beef? What's the beef in the streets, right? What beef is in the streets with these type of people, right? And all this kind of stuff. So while you're over here upgrading, right? While you're over here, right? Doing that which you will, right? This is Jupiterian type energy, right? So it's like unleashing, it's activating, it's unleashing this high-fiving, right? Because look at it right here, 5 2, but knowing too, so you got the whole world in your hand. You got the whole world in your hands, and you have choices, you have options, you have things, you have travel, you have multi-dimensional travel. It's not just traveling, right, on an airplane or on things like that too, but also like multi-dimensional traveling, like traveling past, present, future, now, all these kind of multi-dimensional layerings of existence, the ethers, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, right? And you're doing it successfully, right? But it doesn't mean that you're not tried. It doesn't mean that, obstacles do not come, right? Like this 5 of Wands type of energy, right? It's just like, now you're looking at your own ice cream cones too, right? And your 6 of Cups, right? And but like I'm seeing it like she's blopping him on the head, right? Like 6 of Cups with love. Now you are coming out bopping people over the head with your love, right? Those that wanted to misuse or abuse the energy that you put out there on the loose, because that's the energy that you be, and there's a lot of envy or jealousy or something and all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case may be. Now you're in your energy of like empowerment, right? The tower of empower. So you're like this tower of empower that got you like, okay, listen, I will clock you over the head, and it will be with love. It will be justified, and I will not receive any kind of bad karma for, and it's not even in defense of yourself anymore. It's not even offended. I'm not offended. It's just you have the audacity, and that which you will reap what you sow. It's just the entanglement. These certain type of people want to entangle themselves with, thinking that their effect will ripple effect onto that which will be you. And especially too, if you're going through your journey and you have your ups and downs, you have your roller coasters, like people want to shame you out of town. Like you could have like addictions, or you could have things that make you feel a certain type of way that don't make you feel good enough about that what you do. But like people want to dark shame, like, oh look, witch or bitch, or oh, how can you speak on this when you're struggling with this? And it's like, how dare you put yourself on any kind of hierarchy of anything when you're just human like me? Well, you think you're better than me? fuck out of here with that bullshit. It's just like, wait a minute. So now, right, you're rising above the plantation field of slaves that want to go and aggravate and annihilate and blame, right? It's like, you're not playing that game. You're not playing that game. I am not playing that game. So you see the divinity, the protection. So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you're starting to see, you're starting to feel that divinity, that protection, even when you fuck up, even if you make mistakes, even if your discernment is off the fucking cuckoo loose and all this kind of stuff, and you want to be out there wild like a goose, just taking in all the energies because you feel like you Mother Teresa up in here. Did you ever read the diaries of Mother Teresa? It would be very shocking and surprising for you to read her struggles with her God that she was devoted to in this lifetime. It's pretty interesting. Right? We all have struggles and challenges and things like that, right? But you have other energies that want to, like, have beef with you, right? Have beef with you when you beefing with yourself, especially if you beefing with yourself. And it's just like, like whatever, right? So 5 of Cups, it can make you sad, right? But just look at this 3 of Wands. You got shit coming in for you though, right? No, this shit can make you sad, right? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Oh my goodness. Okay, talking about that, it sucks because this is reminding me of I hope that for those of you who tapped in, turned on, tuned in, I'm really excited about my vlogging journey. Now, I'm not gonna get emotional and all this kind of stuff, but maybe I will, and I don't care if I do, and I make no apologies if I do. And if it's not your fucking kind of thing, you can hop the fuckity off, right? Nobody's forcing anybody to be here, right? So you are here because you want to be here, and if you want to be here, thank you so much, right? Because it does yourself, your soul whole good anyways. If you can just, and if I speak too fast, you could even slow down the speed of the video so that you can grasp what is being, conveyed in every kind of way. But either way, people can make us sad. I think it's sad. So talking about the vlog, right? So my vlog journey, it's a new YouTube channel. I wanted to separate my vlog from this channel because I want to give it its own run of separateness from Enchantress the Babbler. Enchantress the Babbler is wild, granted, but the vlog is going to be a little bit more focused and more personalized, and it's just, into my life, and it's something that I have been resisting for a very long time. And so it's like me opening up. So there's an episode, right? I think it's gonna be, I don't know, it could be any vlog number 3, 4, or 5. I'm not even sure, right? But it's I already if you are watching this and stuff like that, vlog number 1, I'll link it to this video and stuff like that as well, so that you can subscribe to my new blogging channel. That would be amazing. And video number 1 is already up, right? So that's what's up. So these weekly vlogs, and so there's an episode, I don't remember which one, but it's like either episode 2, 3, or 4. No, it's not 2. It's definitely not 2. So it's definitely not 2, but it's like 3 or 4 where I'm crying, right? Um, because of just the acknowledgement of certain type of feelings like this, that it just sucks. It sucks when you really are not about that type of energy. Like, you really want to get along with people when you have to get along with them. Like, you can be introverted like I, or hermitage, right? I hermit a lot. I can't do people too much because people can exhaust you, and people are disappointing, like, and you don't want to make people. And that's another thing, as disappointing as people can fucking be, I get hard on myself, right? Whenever I am disappointed, because I'm like, who am I to be disappointed? Like, people are faulty. We're all faulty. Like, how can I hold such high expectations for other people when that's not fair, right? So that's, the way that I really care. I'm like, that's not fair. But then also, it's like a fight within your own spirit where it's just like, well, what about how I feel and how these people are making me feel, and understanding that, granted, like, we're all on this journey and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. And it just sucks. That was like pretty much what that energy was like, about. And it's just like, it really, really sucks, right? So it could be like that. It could really be like that, like, especially in your spiritual union, right? I know this is a marriage here and stuff like that, but holy marriage, like, even if you're coupled with somebody and stuff like that, like, the only way that you can have harmony in your life is by having harmony within yourself. And then all else follows like suit, because you're in the alignment alchemy of creating that harmony. It doesn't mean things don't happen. It doesn't mean that disruption doesn't occur. It doesn't mean that there's not challenges and stuff like that. But when there's harmony existing from within, it's just a different way of handling things, period, right? It's just a different way of handling shit, right? And it's the divine masculine, divine feminine energies existing within you, right? To in this spiritual awakening, in this spiritual evolution, in this journey, this passage of time that we're all each experiencing in our own unique vessel of expression that we have here. It can suck. It can really, I understand this wholeheartedly for anybody that might be feeling like, damn, I'm such a good person. Fuck that too. When people be like, oh, but you weren't always a good person, or if everybody has hurt somebody. We're not exempt, even if it's unintentional. And most times really good people are not exempt from hurting other people, but it's never been spitefully. It's never, you understand, maliciously. It's unintentional. It's like, fuck, I didn't mean to hurt you. You know what I mean? But there's people out there that, they don't give a fuck, and misery loves company type of thing, and that should just stop. Like, everything is about them, that narcissism, that sociopathic kind of fucking energy that is just like, they will screw every fucking body over on the fucking planet as much as they need to climb whatever imaginary ladder that they're gonna fucking fall flat on their face off of. Who said that in that, bro? You know what I mean? And it's just like, and so here you are, like, look at this. You're the alchemist here, creating things, right? Creating certain kind of elixirs. You're like the scientist here that is putting things together, and there's a lot of things up in the air. And so with a lot of things up in the air, it can feel like a lack of stability, like, especially if you're not receiving the reward fully as you deserve, as you should, and stuff like that. But also having to work on your energy, because knowing that it's all tied to your energy too, right? How you receive things and how you're provided for by the universe is all a matter of deservingness. And so think about that, and then you could be like, oh my god, but there's a lot of people up there and that kind of stuff of leveling of deserve. They don't, but that's your judgment, and that if you cast judgment upon another success or abundance and prosperity and stuff like that, who are you to judge it? How do you not know that they don't feel deserving of that? Like, seriously, your opinion is invalid. It's your energy, right? So it's the energy that you exude. And so that's why, for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you have this beautiful energy that is unmistakable. Like, it doesn't matter how people confront and whatever the case may be, but your energy is so fucking beautiful, transformative. It fucking feels good, and you're starting to now accept that about yourself. And it's not about being, because usually those that have that feel good energy, because not everybody has that feel good energy. Even when you're down in the dumps, even when you're in your shadow work, even when you're depressed, even when you're fucking introverted, even when you're hermitage, when people are around you, it fucking feels good. There's just something about your energy that got them like, delicious. You are delicious, right? And so now you're, and so, but they've humbled you. That fucking humble. Oh, you can't really be like that if you're not humble, right? And so now you're stripping off that humbleness that had put you down to like that. I don't like, so you could be, definitely watch my Sigma videos, my Sigma personality trait videos and things like that. You might find yourself relating to, instead of just you know how people are always just, oh, you're either alpha or beta. How about Sigma? You know, so go definitely check that out. It's SIGMA. Just type it in and chances the Bowser Sigma something and see what comes up, because there's more than one and stuff like that, and see the relatability and stuff like that that you might find that you, oh my gosh, maybe I am a Sigma, and maybe that's something else you can dive into in regards to your own personality and your own personal development and your own evolutionary revolution of development too. You know what I'm saying? So you're the alchemist, you're the master alchemist, mastering your alchemy here, and you're just like, okay, right? So what was I saying? I got distracted. I started looking at, because I'm in the camera and I didn't realize, and I'm just like, I see my curls, and I'm just like, okay. And then like I started to feel the pressure on my leg. You know, you might pay attention to a lot of everything, right? And just be so um accustomed to your heightened levels of sensitivity. Like so I've realized that I like working with the youth and stuff like that, because I get to see a lot of myself in them, and because I'm in the position that I am now of having this like lifetimes of experience to really understand what that was, especially around that, like especially in spiritual awakenings or kids that are heightened and sensitive to certain kind of psychicness or intuition and their divinity and all this kind of stuff, or how they receive certain kind of things. And this is why I'm really like, you know, I don't want to say against, because then it puts me at war. And so I'm not at war, but I strongly oppose a lot of the diagnostics, psychological diagnostics with our children, especially in being misdiagnosed with a lot of psychological issues, and being misdiagnosed. But anyways, I don't want to start talking about that, but hold on. Right, so anyway, so what was I saying? I'm just trying to get back to the message. I was quiet. I wasn't talking. So literally, I was quiet. Just for those of you that are like, is something wrong and all this kind of stuff. No, I just went silent for a moment. Um, you know, I like working, like I was saying, with the youth and stuff like that, because I get to see and identify certain kind of things that for certain. I see. I considered myself as a child it was a misfortune to not be properly, like I felt cared for, like I wasn't, they didn't really take us to the doctor. And granted, I adapted with natural remedies, and I see that that was part of my path. Like it caused me to learn to seek certain kind of natural ailments or things that I had in the house to make myself feel better. Like when I was younger, if I got an earache, you know, I didn't go to the doctor. So I found other over the counter medications or things that I would make in the kitchen with ingredients to make my earache feel better. And this is prior to Google search and all this kind of stuff or whatever. I also, that's another thing. I felt like I didn't have a lot of toys, and I didn't have quote gadgets. I felt poorer than the people in my area, and and stuff like that, because they had cable, they had games, they had toys, and I didn't have a lot of these things, but I had books and things like that. Um so so like if I had like two things, we didn't really go to the dentist, like I didn't really go up to get physical. So it was proper poor um care, right, for certain kind of things. And I looked at my misfortune, unfortunately. But now like, when you look at the larger scope of things, it brought me into my herbology, like my love of natural medicine, and 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 so even though, but it never fixed, like, so my passion and all this kind of stuff, it still never healed the aspect of the inner child wound healing that felt the misfortune. So it took identification from me as an adult, when that time came in divine right timing, to identify the misfortune that created a certain underlying energy that was creating misalignment in my alchemy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Either way, it's like your own inner therapy type sessions and all this kind of stuff. So I just feel like one of the grand lessons of being a hypersensitive soul that is just tapped in, turned on, tuned in to over sensories in many dimensional departments, right? um that can have us feeling a little chaotic. And so it takes actual doing things, right? Intentional things. Now I realize, I didn't realize then, but I realize now that all those intentional things, I've been talking about self-hypnosis, affirmations, and certain kind of things since junior high school to my friends. Like, and I know that these junior high school friends, if we were able to go and talk, and can literally vouch for this. I used to speak to my childhood best friend, and say, about the self-hypnosis, how I worked on my self-confidence, like how I would repeat just simple phrases over and over, and so I would fall asleep, or hum and do certain type of sound therapy, like, so this has been this why lifelong transcendentalist and stuff like that, right? So in learning now, because now when I look at my path abstractly, and I start to see all the student activity that existed in my whole upbringing, of my own initiation into this type of stuff, I feel like the collective type of energy too is now coming into your own power, right? It's the tower of empowerment to you to realize your soul. And in realizing your soul, you come to meet the mirror of your purpose. And that is unveiled to you in parts the more that you are the student of life, and continue to just search, research, learn, grow, and allow that process for your progress, right? You learn new things. So one of the things too that is coming into hard, like Saturn type lesson, right, is first realizing that as a sensitive soul that feels everything, and just claircognizant, clairpotent, like, as can be, um that doesn't, just because you're aware, and just because you know about this, doesn't mean you have to entertain it, doesn't mean you have to personalize it, doesn't mean you have to visit that energy that you're just aware of, you're conscious of. So learning to master these kind of things is part of the journey. And so, so especially when it comes to connections with people, the more that you rise in your own elevation of evolution of harmony, inner harmony between your divine masculine, divine feminine energies, right? They say that the path to success is lonely at the top, right? Because not everybody puts in that leveling of work, right? So you feel at a loss for certain kind of things, right? I started to I started to have a shift in my perception about friendships, even though I'm speaking about it. Definitely go check out the vlog I was telling you about. It's at Mystic Muse blog. And I'll be sharing it all in the description, and I'll be talking openly a lot about stuff. But like, one of the I was foolishly looking at a misfortune of friendships, and I wasn't seeing fortune in front of me. And it made me shift, especially as a parent, the life that you can have, like, in my not so much a search for friends, but like, especially when I started to get out of my hermit and I tried this online friend stuff, like the rest of this world and stuff, and was only met with constant disappointment, constant competitiveness from other fucking females that were fake, pretending to be nice. And my daughter too, like, awakening me. She's that Gemini Taurus type energy too, Aquarius, Gemini Taurus, Aquarius, like, type energy, that is just like, mom, that's not, like that Gen Z woke of just like, that's, and just telling me like, wow, you're fooled easily. Like, even with these filters, like, I was fooled for a little while. Like, I'm like, oh, well, that person, she's like, that's not real. And I'm like, what? She's like, that's a filter. And I'm like, oh my God. You get what I'm saying? So like, even when I tried that, and then it, since I'm not in it, but not in it, but of it, not, wait, in it, but not of it, in it, but not of it, right? um, I then started, you forget, right? Because when you go in it, but you're not of it, but then you get warped or entangled in certain kind of energies, and I felt targeted, but especially by female other competitors, right? And mind you, I'm not competing with you, bitch. I don't want to be you, and I don't want what you got or what you think you got. Okay, right? And so, but people don't know that. People don't know that. They don't believe you because that's not what they be about. Seriously. This was another hard, like, Saturn lesson for me to realize, like, yo, the projection, right? People see as they are. And the quicker you get that point through your arctic skulls, right? The easier dealing with these type of situations and experiences will get, because you'll start to laugh at it. Granted, it's annoying and it sucks, and some of them might even sting, because it's like, damn, like, you want company, you want relations, you want a community of comradeship and just harmony, and it sucks that there's taints in every single situation. Like, no matter how, like, it's even like, connecting with these type of people, or connecting with people is like, I'm almost like, not fearful, but like, when I meet someone new and I'm like, oh, they got such great energy too, and I'm like, oh, just wait for it, wait for it, like, because it's gonna show itself. And it's like, all right, so now we start doing minimalization, so that way maybe I can hold on to this greatness before you ruin it. You know what I mean? And that's sad. That is fucking sad. I started unfollowing people, and my cousin, right, Lady Strange, she said something. She's like, you don't realize how, like, ooh, that hurts when you just unfollow somebody. I'm like, why? Because in my eyes, I'm looking at it misfortune wise, right? Like, those people never show no fucking support. And some of them only look, never show love, never do this. It's a long time coming. I just cut them loose. Like, you're making me feel a type of way because I feel your energy on top of mine, or they don't, or they're not active or something like that. Like, why? Like, she's like, you don't get it. Like, and I'm like, but I don't get it, and then nobody gets it, right? Because everybody's personalizing the stuff and all this kind of stuff. So, so, but when we think about it, it's like, It's sad that it gotta be like that, right? And it's not that you want it that way, because I don't want it that way. I don't want it that way, but I also don't want like people codependent upon my energies anymore either, because that shit is exhausting. That shit is exhausting. People that won't even do the same for you, that type of energy, right? People that won't do that same type of energy, that won't give the same because they're tainted in some kind of way. What happened? My boy Keys, come here. What happened? Right? And so, yeah. So now we're in this like full moon type energy, right? Okay. Strength, right? Strength, right? You are being activated. This fire of empowerment. Here we are, said Rabbit, very slowly and carefully. All of us. And then suddenly we wake up one morning, and what do we find? We find a strange animal among us. This is about the courage that you have, that is part of your integration of your own animal self. This subtle power that just ignites and sets, and you allow yourself to take center stage, right? All the world is a stage. So might as well know your role and what page you are on and script your own script into existence, right? But I'm really excited about my vlog. I have to overly express that because I launched it in this full moon energy, and I didn't even realize it was like, that's just so how in alignment. So you're realizing how naturally in alignment you are doing certain kind of things with either like you could be um um doing moon rituals, right? That help you just get that 28-day cycle or span of creation flowing for you, right? Setting something in the new moon and seeing it manifest in a full moon doesn't mean it's going to be the next immediate full moon cycle, but again, it's just the process of that new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, right? And learning to really acknowledge, that's going back to that acknowledgement, right? So before, right, before they humbled you, right, before they humbled you, you had this innate power in you already. But because you were humbled, falsely humbled in a way that does your power no good, right? Although you still do a world of good, it just hinders it, right? It's like a succubi. But for people that I'm talking to, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you don't see, like, you're not drained. See, some of you are gonna be like, that's not true, right? But you get drained. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the very few that you don't get drained. It's part of your life force, right? You are the life force, period. You could grow tired. That's the difference between what I'm talking about here. For the you that I'm talking about in your strength, in showing yourself in this world, right? The world card, right? With the honey stuck over your head. But you the royal blessing, right? For this walking dead, right? And as that is really the end of the story, and I'm very tired after that last sentence, I think I shall stop there. Right? This is about completion, wholeness, attainment, celebration of your life bursting to life, right? So it's like after your humbling, and now after your realization and your activation, your liberation, right? It has a whole new sight, like but anyways, going back to the draining. It's just so much. But like for those that I'm talking to about that, right? You don't, there's no draining your chi. There's misuse of it. You might give it in all the wrong places. You might deplete your light for misuse of your strength in this world. But there's no drain, right? Because you're that creative well flow. Like, think about it. Think about it. Have you ever gone dry from creativity? Like, be honest with yourself. Has there ever been a time that you've been dry from your own creativity? I'm not talking about the act of acting upon that which you should act upon with your creativity. Some people get stuck and become immobile and not able to produce their creativity. But have you ever lacked creativity? And if you have, and you're listening to this message, I ask you to dive deep again. Maybe you're not seeing yourself in the truest of light, my friend, you know? Right? So, but anyways, for those that about the drain, right? For those that this applies to in regards to drainage, you know what I'm talking about? Like, and this is one way to identify if you ever talked about if this applies to you. Like, I don't care how much love I give, I have it to give. And even if it's not given back to me, I still give it because that's why, like, it feels like a purpose. Like that's why I'm able to do it, because I can. I do it because I can. I forgive because I can. Or like, especially in that, like, oh, you're part of that, like, where you think, like, just this is how you'll know if it applies to you. You ever thought things like this, right? I do this because I'm able to do this, even though others might not see, and even though I might not get that type of energy back to me. I do this because it's the right thing. I do it anyway, even if it's for a blind cause, even if it's not done in vain. It's the alchemy, and it's not draining me because I have it sustaining me, and so there it overfloweth in me, and that's just how it is. Like, if you ever find yourself saying stuff like that, like, or have in your life, then I'm talking to you. You just have it in you. There's no drain. You are the sustenance. You are the abundance. You are the prosperity. You are the gift. You are the life. You are the well. You are the waters. You are the earth. Right? Yeah. Right. So, but now we're in a different season, and the season is I've activated my discernment, and I ain't giving to every motherfucker anymore. unless they earn it, deserve it, or I want to. Big fucking difference, right? And it's just like, whoa, the Hierophant in your spiritual fucking mastery. What does crusty money proceed cake mean? Said Pooh, for I'm a bear, very little brain, and long words bother me, right? This is about institutions, tradition, society, and all its rules, and your place now in it, and how you're activating your rule book in this world. And that's a completion of a certain kind of cycle. And this full moon too, because we got that Jupiter, that full energy. Once upon a time, a very long time ago now, about last Friday, Winnie the Pooh lived in a forest all by himself under the name of Sanders. New beginnings, optimism, trust in life, right? So you have a trust in life. Hold on a second. Right, so it's just a very powerful, empowering place to be, especially with this. It's the Strwbry full moon, right? It's all about bringing new potential, right? Bringing renewal, right? Bringing renewal. Sorry, guys. Right, bringing renewal. I don't even know if you even heard that, but it was just a sound that went off and stuff like that, right? And abundance, right? And it's a portal of this transformational energy that's forcing us, right? It's forcing us, or it feels like it is. It's not so much forcing either. It's just it's automatic. Um it's reaching the traction has picked up, right? The traction, the buildup of that which you maybe have been laying dormant or sitting on, right? So it's like sitting on your most fullest potential, right? Anything where you've been limbo, or like not making or picking up, like, where you feel like you should have. So it's like me with the vlog. The vlogging, I have resisted because I'm such a private person. I was like, how can I genuinely vlog? This was my fight with spirit. How can I genuinely vlog if I don't want people to know nothing? And I'm so stubborn. And mind you, like, so not even giving it the opportunity, staying, like, using like as much mutable signs as I can have in my chart. I also have fixed signs in my chart. It was like activation, full activation of every single one of my fixed signs going into war with my mutables. Like, we're standing 10 toes deep down in this. You're not doing that, because that involves you to be a little bit more vulnerable. That involves you to be a little bit more open. And fuck no, right? Especially with the spiritual warfare out there, especially with how I was online fucking stalked, gawked, hawked, fucking bullied, and had to deal with that shit for 5.5 fucking years. Even had to get a fucking police report, all this shit, dealing with this shit, especially online. The last thing I wanted to do was vlog, because it required a level of vulnerability that I didn't want to activate, or I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. And then you're gonna see in like vlog 2 or number 3 or whatever, I speak about this, like, this getting out of my own way stuff, crying, because you got to stop, right? You got to get out of your own way. So this is like about making those type of moves right now, right? With the Strwbry full moon, right? It's in Sagittarius, right? And then it's polar opposite, because we're in Gemini season, right? Is the communication part. So it's like bringing into action with clear communication. So it's like working the synergy between Sagittarius and Gemini energy, that it can be beautiful when Gemini and Sagittarius get along really, really well, really well, without any of the friction. And when they get through their friction, they're fucking masterminds together. Masterminds. My daughter and I'm talking about, like, I'm just talking about my lifelong history with Geminis, Taurus people. When you get along, you could be a fucking mastermind. That is like, And if you got this within your chart too, mastermind. So it's about reconnecting, reflecting, right? Receiving, being open to receive, releasing too, right? Aligning yourself in ways that it brings about this change. If nothing changes type of thing, right? Like, so changing, attracting in your now power, right? And setting your intentions very clearly and affirming without hesitation, and keep going and moving forward, right? So it's all about this abundance, right? Which is a good space to be in. It's a really good space to be in. An empowering one for yourself, right? The magician, because you're the fucking magician. You are the magician. With the Six of Cups, here we go back to the Six of Cups, clocking any mofo that wants to come and try you, but with love, right? So it's like it's like not feeling bad anymore. Like, now like, you don't understand, like, especially if you're a highly sensitive person, right? That means that you can overly empathize and with compassion and sympathy to the other person, even if the other person's an asshole, a whole bad person, all this kind of stuff. You can have some leveling of sympathy even for the most monstrous type of person, because you get it, you see it, you go beyond the veil of that, and it's just like, I understand from that kind of element. So it's not like you don't crucify. You don't crucify, because I understand, even though you're an asshole, even though you're a monster, even though you can do this, right? I like, you get it. And so you never like, you're never like, like, you're charging after somebody, like, unless you are defending yourself, right? When you're defending yourself, and like, if somebody's trying to come and beat you up and you're like a fucking ninja assassin, and you're like, wait a minute, and then you fucking defend yourself, and then you become the monster because, oh my god, but did you have to snap their neck? Like, did you see the fucking machete they were coming at me with? Of course I had to snap their neck. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So like, it's like, I'm not talking about that, right? Right? Because people take because that's another thing, especially for really, really good people. Yo, as kind as you can be, that came from a pain. That came from like a pain they know nothing about, because they refuse to travel through the fucking waters, right? People fail to realize a really kind, good person that is not malicious and things like that towards other people, that came from pain, that came from a certain kind of other kind of background of healing and restitution, and like, just recalibration and rejuvenation and just transformation. That person's fucking strong, real strong. Never mistake that for weakness. Because when that person, maybe they hold themselves real good, but if you ever make that person snap, they'll make a twisted serial killer type person look like a fucking saint, right? So whatever. Whatever. I don't remember where we last left off, but I know the representation of the Six of Cups, about where you are on your where you are in your position of power, right? This tower of empowerment, where you're clocking over the heads of people that deserve it. You're doing it with love. It's a justifiable rage. Rage and create. You're raging and creating, right? Raging and creating. Rage and create. Right? Rage and create. Rage and create. Right? Where you are on your journey. Right? But also, right, like, so like, Pluto here on Earth too is visiting, so remember that too. But this full moon, right, is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. Hello, my fellow Sagittarians out there. Hello. Um, right. but right, so it's about rebirth, right? Full moons, rebirth, right. So the full moon is a symbol of rebirth, right? This renewal, right? And so the reason why it's associated with the strawberries is because this is the time of season the strawberries are ripe and ready for harvest, right? And so it's just a new season of abundance. You've been seeing a lot of those cute little videos with the rabbits eating the strawberries and stuff like that. It's just so cute, right? So what are Sagittarians notorious for? Sagittarians are notorious for being adventurous, right? And very optimistic in their spirit, in their whole demeanor, right? The energy, which is all about the energy of the strawberry full moon, right? So if there's anything Sagittarians are notorious for and can do is to inspire us to embrace new experiences, take certain kind of risks, right? Feel good vibes all the time, right? They come to life, right? So it's about letting go of certain kind of fears, right? And doubts, and trusting in the universe to guide us towards our goals, right? Our goals in the 11th house, right? Which is where we are, like our social engagements, right? This Aquarius type energy too, right? So in your 11th house too, right? And so where you are in your state of celebration, right? I just want to say, right? Because it's about harvesting, right? Certain kind of things and just what events, what kind of traditions, what kind of what is your culture, depending on what your culture is, the tradition, the things that you're making your new culture, you're making your new tradition, you're implementing that which is a part of you, right? And so so in knowing whom you are and what you're awakening to and what you're doing is bringing us look at the Sagittarius energy, this 9th house energy, right? But it's bringing out a sense of justice, right? Because we got Libra card here, right? So it's bringing out an abundance of justice to be activated in your life in ways that matter to you, right? So the ways that matter to you, the ways that this matters to you in your placement here in the world, right? And so knowing that you are extra sensitive, knowing that some of you might have Pisces strong in your chart, right? Like I do, right? My moon is in Pisces, and so although I might have Sagittarius, Scorpio, and all these other kind of signs in my chart, I'm really fucking sensitive, right? And so you can also have a combination, right? You might learn that, let's say if you have a moon in Pisces, you might go to, like, say, Vedic astrology and learn that your moon is in Aquarius, right? And so it's like using this unique pairing to further enhance your ability to, one, cope, right? And two, proceed in a way that's empowering for you, right? Powerful for you, in authentic truth to you and stuff like that. So yeah, and so this is a great time, right? To birth, right? You could have Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo in your chart too, right? Wait, did I say Scorpio? I always get confused between Scorpio, Virgo, and Capricorn because there's always like so fucking but these are earth signs, so it's Capricorn and Virgo. Oh my gosh, but I said Scorpio, so there we go. I don't care, right? But Taurus energy, right? So right, so we have this grounding energy taking place, right? Because 11th house here, right? In the world, in your social community. So it's like, learning to master, like, wow, I really want you to check out on my blog too, right? So this Virgo energy, right? This Virgo, so you're getting into your own detailing too of how you are presenting yourself, what you are doing, how you are doing, and whom you're allowing to influence, and whom you are allowing to penetrate your field, and whom you're allowing to even exist inside your electromagnetic field, because not just because you're learning that too, right? You're learning that just you're sensitive to it, just because you're privy to the information, just because you know it, doesn't mean you have to show up for it either. Like, you get the power in your hands. The power is always in your hands. The power is always in your hands, right? To know that I don't have to, just because I'm aware of you doesn't mean I have to go to where you're at. You know, that's that Jupiter, what we said, Grandpa Jupiter, right? Up in here, right? It's taking that, which, and look, it's Jupiter and air, right? Which is perfect, because that's what's happening right now. We're in Gemini season, which is the air quality, right? And this is that Jupiter taking the expansiveness, right? Which is that Sagittarius flavor, and it's working together. I love this. I love that this card came out. Again, I don't know every single card that comes out, but I love that it came out with the Jupiter air, right? Which is exactly what we're talking about, which is this full moon in Sagittarius during Gemini season, right? So here we are, right? So Mars too, we have this heavy Mars energy, right? Mars is in Leo at this time as well, right? And Uranus, right? Uranus and water walking together, right? So yeah, there's a lot of like rebellion in certain kind of aspects, and certain kind of things too that were once looked at. So I was talking about things that might have once been looked at a certain type of way are now being articulated in new, healthier ways that benefit you, right? So you may have looked at yourself like a rebel, because you may have had to feel like a rebel, rebelling against the system, rebelling against the programming. And now you're starting to see that, oh my God, no, I'm not a rebel. This is just my revolution, you see. Let me just be me. And so instead of approaching yourself from the stance of the reject or the outcast or the underdog or something like that, it's looking at yourself with a new sense of value, because how can you be your value meal if you're stuck on an energy, right, from the past that has you at such a little stance, right? So it's like, getting into the powerhouse zone of that. I was talking about, I'm getting like, because I do so many different things, I'm getting all my videos like like confused, because now I don't know if I was talking about it here, or I was talking about it on my blog, or if I was talking about it with my subscribers. Like, it just gets like jumbled, right? But I'm talking about it everywhere. So make sure to tap in, turn on, tune in with me everywhere, so that you don't miss a beat and you can get all the messages that are being shared in different compartments. You can get the full value of the manna in it, right? And stuff like that. So now I'm like, wait, where did I speak about it at? And stuff like that. But I don't know. But either way, right? It's just like, getting out of your own way. But also, like, I think it was in my blog, right? Of just that coming undone, letting go and stop, and of nothing changes, and just getting out of your own way, right? And then expanding on that, communicating. So it's like, look, a dog and cat playing together, instead of a cat smacking a dog, and a dog trying to like make nice with the cat or afraid of the cat. It's like they're getting along now. So it's like getting along with we're finding you're getting along, right, with certain kind of things. Like, you're finding that pleasure in, like, even in your own second house, right, of just where you are in this placement of stability in your finances, in your community, in your family home life, and your comfortability in your stability too, your status. What does your home look like? What does your home feel like? Where are you in your own home, in your own shrine, in your own vessel at this time? How are you feeling about that? And if somebody from the outside wants to come in and ruffle your feathers, are they able to ruffle your feathers? And if so, why? Right? Oh, I hear the sound again, because before I had missed the bus, but now I guess it's here. Beef in the streets. Oh my gosh. So there's beef in the streets, right? There's beef in the streets, right? So you're gonna either come into, so you're either dealing with it, right? You could be on the where they envy you side, or you could be dealing it with it where you'll see it, like especially with, let's say, celebrities or people that are popular or influencers and stuff like that. Like you're seeing it already where things are coming out and stuff like that. So there's like beef between people in the industry that you might be in, and it's going down, right? Each one is pointing to the other like, nah, you're the clown, nah, you're the clown, you're the clown. And then one of them might still be struggling, right, with, like, let's say addiction, I don't know, like, or something. Both struggle with this, but one might be more on top of it than another. And so the one that might be false, and you see, it's just it's like, so this moon is going to reveal that which should be, right, certain kind of things transpiring in your community with people that you thought were maybe on top or doing certain kind of things, or even collaborating or working together, that they don't work well together. And this is the type of truth that's coming out too, to show you that, look, at you might feel rejected by a certain type of society of people that don't want to include you in it, but they're as fake as can be, because they don't even get along with each other amongst one another, you know what I mean? And then here you are, you're like odd man out, and neither of them want you on their side because you outshine their lies. And so they try to reject you and all that stuff. And that is where they were kind of meeting in together in like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this person, but in their own hurdle of getting together to bring down Myrtle, right? Like to bring down someone else, they met their egos match, right? And so now they're fighting amongst each other like the clowns that they all are, right? Right, yeah. And look at it's that like x-ray, like seeing through that illusion, right? And some of them might have cancer somewhere in their chart or something like that too, but it's like being stubborn um in their own ways, and now they're fighting with one another in some kind of way. And so you're going to see that come down, right, in their own stability, in their own structure, in their own community of people. Like you're going to see the fight roll out because there's beef on the streets, beef in the streets. I don't know why it's coming out. I'm sorry, baby. But there's beef in the street. There's beef in the street. There's heat, right? So somebody too could be coming out from like a hermit kind of thing. And when they come out, they might be met by, so like it's like a hermit type of energy, like Virgo type energy. And then you got fire energy, right? Like Aries, Leo, Sag coming at them like, wait, you can't come out. Oh, so that might be it too, right? So you might have people that you may have been like let's say Sigma or hidden, or you went on hermit mode for a little while and now you're back, right? And then somebody's coming out like, excuse me, you were gone for quite some time and now you want to come back. You better step in line. You better like salute me or something. So somebody might be wanting to fight with you. Somebody might be wanting to like a fire type of energy. Aries, Leo, Sag, right? Might be coming at you sideways. Or you could have this in your chart. It doesn't matter where they may be. But somebody might be coming at you like they're king ruling the streets, right? Because there's beef in the streets. And you're like, wait a minute. They're like, nah, go back into your cave. Go back into your cave, son. Right? And then it's because they think that they're on this kind of like journey of whatever. But there's a sword coming out here. But you're like the king of love, right? The king of cups, and judgment is here, right? Bringing the sun in your favor, right? So don't worry too much about the wind or the chaos that they cause, because there's something that's going to be gifted in reciprocity to you and stuff like that. This spiritual master that be in you, right? And it's taking some time too, because of that Knight of Pentacles, right? The Knight of Pentacles, but here we are, right? So there's a deeper quest happening here for you. And so you might be met with certain kind of levels of opposition, or people that want to come at you and tell you that you don't fucking belong. You're right, I don't fucking belong, and nor do I fucking want to belong, but you better sit your ass down before I whip your fucking ass. Did you hear me? And that's that clocking it over with that, like that Six of Cups, like a Queen of Cups style, right? It's like, all right, you saw that. Remember when she was clocking Bart over with the love, and I said that that's what you're gonna be doing, like cocotazo over their fucking head. Like, excuse me, you better watch your place, you better watch your space, you better watch your mouth, you better get the fuck out of my way. Nobody's talking to you, and you better sit your ass down, because if not, you're gonna get your ass whooped, right? And with that Queen of Cups kind of energy, whether you're male or female here, it's just like now you're in your position of tower of empower, and it's like I wish you would try. I wish you wouldn't try me, bitch. I wish you wouldn't try me, because I'm not trying to have you try me, and I'm not trying to embarrass you either, but you better sit your ass down. So it's like shit like that, or you're gonna get un cocotazo over your fucking head. So you hear me? Un cocotazo. The cocotazo is a cocotazo, because my God don't play about me. And you can talk all the shit, you can say all the right words. We're in Gemini communication season. Everybody's communication might be a little bit motherfucking better, because everybody can take advantage of that type of weather. But it doesn't mean that they're doing better, and doesn't mean that they are better. It just means that they know how to articulate sometimes really, really motherfucking good. And you might be more of that hermit. You might be more of that introvert. You might be more of that sigma. They might be more alpha personality or something like that, which may make them appear more confidently, but they're just a fucking bully in God's ordained clothes, right? But they just pose. Well, there's beef in the streets, right? So here you are, this Queen of Cups, Queen of the Mermaid, right? So you hold that little mermaid big in the palms of your hand, and you're like, here, stuff that fucking pacifier right back in her mouth, because that's exactly who she is, a fucking baby, not without a doubt, right? It's like a baby. It's like a baby here coming out like, me. It's my no, you gotta look, it's the fucking devil. And here you are, might be new in your truth, right? That Page of Swords, you're new in your truth, but you're overflowing in your cup of love it. And here it brings you these opportunities, and these motherfuckers might be looking at you like, excuse me, but here you are with your love, and you might be new in responding powerfully, right? This tower of empowerment, powerfully with love, but you're doing it. You're doing it. And the devil might think, oh my gosh, I got you, but he's a fool. The devil's a fucking fool. And there's victory here for you. So don't let people shame you or make you feel like you're insignificant, because they're the real fool. Especially anybody that's trying to make you feel like that. Right? Wind. Listening to the wind. You might be going outside in nature more. For those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you might be connecting with tree, wood wisdom, and stuff like that. Plant wisdom, nature, nurture, being by water or some kind of stream, some kind of river. You know what I mean? Listening to the wind, sitting at the rooftop, sitting outside on grass, sitting in dirt, sitting somewhere where there's a natural portal of activation able to happen with you. And so maybe sitting on a day that there's a soft wind, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, where you can really listen to the whispers of the wind that will reveal unto you that which will spin, and you're going to get a lot of insight then. Sitting out, and you may not like bugs or certain kind of things and all this kind of stuff, but you're going to learn, you're going to meet a new world of elementals in new kind of ways that are going to empower you greatly. All right. Well, any other messages for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in with I at this moment in time, right? Oh, mess this up. Right. What other messages do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in? Right, so it's happy full moon of abundance, Jupiter and abundance, but there's beef in the streets, right? To deception, right? There's beef in the streets, right? So someone is not being honest and something is not as they seem. There's a deception happening with your partner or person, place, or a group of people, right? Or a close friend, or there's someone that or that someone could be you too, right? Depending on who's receiving this message. Could it be that you or someone else is lying to yourself and those around you? It might not be a deliberate deception, but it is a deception nonetheless, right? So there's a certain kind of leveling of deception, and you are breaking through. You're seeing that too, and you're realizing certain kind of truths, right? That's that wind talker, right? Wind talker, the Tower of Empower, wind talker, wind talker, wind talker, connecting the wind, right? Oh my God. And so it could be like a certain kind of truth, right? I'm sorry, I got giggly right now because it was just funny that, And so, yeah, so a certain kind of deception that you may have told yourself even from before about just your leveling, not allowing yourself to give yourself more. And so now you're walking through this new portal door of like, I see through to the truth in me. And so authentic, be free. You know what I mean? And also not see authentic, be free, and then fucking soar, right? So things are about to take an accelerated turn. You did the work, and now you are ready to fly, to soar, and take on the winds of change. The winds of change, right? Winds of change. No. So anyways, you see, I'm using various decks. So the wind is talking. So this might be a new meditation for you to explore. Like, I don't know, like I found that in the course of my entire life, and this is the beauty of experience and growth, right? You get to see all the things you've tried, to see what was true for you. And every single thing that I've ever done to connect, and it's not even about wanting to connect, like back in the days, like when my uncle first moved to New Jersey and I used to stay with him in the summers, he used to live by the water. He was surrounded by water, and surrounded by water, there was rocks, right? And so I used to climb over the gate and sit on the rocks and literally be sitting by the bay, right? And mind you, like, like whatever. And I used to just sit there for hours. I used to write poetry. I used to write in my diaries. And I used to just have this type of water, earth type of meditative, deep healing type of experience. Then there were other times, right? Because he also had like the pool and like whatever and stuff like that. I used to lay out by the pool, when after like swimming and all this kind of stuff. And I used to do cloud meditations, right? I'm just saying that's when it started for me. I'm not saying I stopped doing it at these times. I'm just saying that these are different explorations of different types of meditations. Then like when I had lived in this place that I had a rooftop that I climbed out through my window, and I started stargazing meditations and sun gazing and all this kind of stuff. So I was just saying, like, so there's so many different levelings of elemental, right? Tapping into the different elements, using our different senses to connect with our universe, right? Is something deep for us to do. It's just like when I have bird meditations, like sometimes I close my eyes and I want to imagine with my mind's eye the bird that comes to mind when I hear the chirp, when I hear the song, when I hear the thing, or just listening to all the different sounds around me. Like, what's that rustling? What's that sound? What's this? What's that? And just, sound healing meditation. So the same with the wind, right? Listening for the wind, listening to the wind. What do you hear? This is deep. Please, 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 if you do this wind talk meditation, come back to me and let me know, because only come back to me if you got it from here. Like, seriously, like, share in your experience if the comments are open for you to speak. If not, you could always contact me, use the master link, and there are so many different ways for us to connect and for you to share that with me. Okay. Am I blocking you? I'm sorry. So, you know what I mean? So, right? So, acceptance and letting go. What? right? Acceptance and letting go. Learn to try and let go so things can happen on their own. When we try to take over and not let things happen naturally, we could essentially be altering the events that could unfold naturally, as well as missing very important moments and blessings we will only experience once with someone or with ourselves. Acceptance. Accepting a situation can sometimes take a lot of personal work within, right? We are placed in situations we may not want to be in, or find out someone may not feel the same way about us. Sometimes we need time to adapt, accept, and come to terms with situations, people, or ourselves. Doing so frees up the mind in part to be whole, even if it is something we may not want to accept. We do this so that things do not take us over. Acknowledgement of something. So you might be acknowledging something that maybe you were not fully acknowledging before, and now you're starting, like, it's so exception, so that you can soar. Like, so you're soaring and you're letting go so that you can soar, right? So you're figuring out whatever the deception is in your own life, and you're accepting it for what it is, and you're letting it go so that you can soar, right? You're letting it go so that you can soar. Okay, what else do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in at this moment in time? Right? Cycles, right? What cycles are you repeating, right? Or what cycles are you removing? Sometimes we need to remove ourselves from an unhealthy relationship, or when a relationship has run its course. A separation either is or may occur, right? So a separation from what? For those tapped in, turned on, don't feel fearful about what that is. The separation, you don't want the separation to be from yourself. So in understanding, so this could be also in a friendship, I hear, right? So some type of separation may occur because, and also your expectation of it, or maybe the expectation of a certain type of relationship. Even this is in friendship too. This doesn't have to be with your partner. So don't be like, oh my God, everything was fine with me and my partner. Now I listen to this and now I'm thinking, oh my God, stop making, that could be too separation from your fears, your anxieties, your triggers, right? It doesn't, it's what cycle, because the card is a cycle, right? Because we're talking about deception. So what deception? So the clue here is it's in a cycle that you have repeated numerous times, right? So what cycle can you learn to accept and see for what it is, so that you can let it go, so that you can soar, right? That type of thing, right? Anything else? Lore. Someone who uses their ways and manners to lure or pull someone in. This card differs from the power and control card in that they are typically doing this for self-gratification. Right? So you might be dealing, like I said, like with people that lure people in, like that Medusa trap, right? So you might be affected by this because you might be an actual genuine type person that may feel like you're not held in such high regard. You might feel like, oh my gosh, I wrote, if you look at my bio on here on YouTube, I wrote a poem about this. Oh shit. So that's interesting. Hold on. Right? So hold on. I'm gonna charge my phone. So the description box in my bio, right? For Enchantress the Babbler. In it, but not of it. Moodier than the moon with infinite growing funny personalities. Magic, we activate poetry. You and I infuse. Dare to be delicious. Seer of multidimensional layers, deep sea portal. We are cosmic bliss. Authenticity drips, made for this. I muse alchemy, living shrine, underrated, archangel wide. But that's the key word, underrated. So you might feel underrated, and others might be using these type of lore tactics, right? And you might feel that it's unfair and stuff like that. But if you could just get out of the judgment zone, right? Extract yourself from that cycle of repeat of abuse, because remember, everyone's doing that too. How can you get yourself outside of that cycle that sees things for what it is, but don't attach yourself, don't entangle yourself to it either, right? So anyways, I just want to finish this since I was reading. I muse alchemy, living shrine, underrated, archangel wise, prescriber of medicine divine. deprogramming into this 3D reality TV mono hole. And since all the world's a stage, I'm learning to script to my every page sage. I advise you all to dream and rise untamed. We are powerful this way. May we all learn to better get along, but in the meantime, kindly never mistake nor misuse my kindness. My God, don't play about me. And for all the beautiful souls finding themselves here, may my channel further inspire you on your galactic journey for all lives in healthy, wealthy, stealthy, empowering, or inspiring, evolutionary, and quantumly entertaining ways that benefit you prosperous. All right. So either way, but so that's two, how you could possibly probably feel underrated in your industry, in your family, in your friend group, in your position of life. And so if you could just adjust that perception, right? So it's by grabbing it by where it's at and looking at it for what it is and finding your leveling of acceptance with what that is and what that means to you, right? Okay. All right. Because you might be dealing with a beauty that is actually really a beast. Okay. Especially in whatever industry you're in. Let's say it's online. Let's say it's on YouTube. Let's say, it's in TV or whatever. You might be dealing with a beauty that really is just a beast and not in a good way. All right. What angel numbers do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in? Before we go, thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I appreciate each and every one of you. 999, and that's all about completing cycles at this time, right? Because 9 is all about a completion. So you got 9, 18, and 27, 7, right? 27, 7, 8, 9, which is 9 again. So it's still all about, so this is all 9 activated. Thank you, past, for your lessons, and leave it where it belongs, right? So you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. 999 message at this time, right? 999, right? I am unique. Yes, you are. I am unique. Right? I did a short video, right? That it was like, they can copy your words, but they can't copy your soul. That one, right? That one. Yeah, there was no voiceover for that shit. That shit was me. I do voices. Oh yeah, this is good. This is comedy. All right. They can copy your words, but they can't copy your soul. And that's what makes them even more mad. So giggle at that. If there's something that you can giggle at that they get so mad that they can copy everything about you, right? But they can't copy your soul, your experience, your wisdom. Like, they just cannot, right? 4, you bring stability, right, and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, in your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. I am stable. Say that out loud. I am stable, right? You got 333 up in here. You are being called upon, right? So 333, 369, 999. What? Another fucking 9. Another 9. 4 9s across the board. All right, you are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. Live your truth and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. I am stable. I am unique. 23, which equates to 5, major, massive transformation, change happening at this time. The liberation. 5s are about liberating yourself, right? So you have a zest for life and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. I am adventurous. I am intuitive, 11, which equates to 2, and it's about your stability too, and your own position between your own masculine and feminine energies. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I am intuitive, right? 13, which equates to 4, which brings us back to stability, and we want more of that too, right? So you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with the creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. Damn, motherfucking straight. 30, which is 3, right? Holy Trinity, right? So you are an original, innovative thinker and an excellent communicator. You have a great talent for using this, like that Gemini energy too, right? That communication, that Mercurial energy. A great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas, and your optimistic attitude has an uplifting effect on others. I am imaginative, right? Right? We're aligning our chakras too, speaking our truths. I am, I feel, I do, I love, I speak, I see, I understand, I command, right? I receive all that I am. So aligned in my energy, I shall be, right? Right? 66, which equates to 12, which equates to another 3. This is that Trinity. Your guardian angel is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You'll love your courage to have faith. The universe will provide for you while you are manifesting your inner desires. I am positive. 22, which is 4, back to that stability some more, right? That master number 2, right? So you are in possession of incredible creative power, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. I am aligned. I like that at this time, right? I'm aligned. And then you got 111, which is 3. Again, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. I am creative and aligned, right? So go ahead, let's do these affirmations at this time, right? I am creative, I am aligned, I am positive, I am imaginative, I am confident, I am stable, I am intuitive, I am adventurous, I am powerful, I am unique, right? I love that. I love that. Thank you so much again. And make sure to check out my blog. Blog number 1 was already posted just the other day, right? So it's Enchantress the Babbler's blog, right? Mystic Muse Vlog at Mystic Muse Vlog, MysticMuseVlog, Mystic Muse Vlog. You can also follow me on Instagram, Mystic Muse Blog, or you can follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me and the one and only. You could also check out my blog, my baby, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. Also in the description box is my Amazon shop. So if there's anything that you see that you like too, and you want to know where I get it from, if I got it from Amazon, best believe, especially if you like it, just let me know. Be like, hey, where did you get that? And if I got it from there too, and you don't see it in my Amazon shop, then I will happily include it for you. But communication is going to be the bridge towards our 444 success, right? Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. I am protected, right? So either way, I share only that which I love and that which I use on my Amazon shop. So definitely go check that out. I do make a commission off of that, but hey, thank you for helping support me on this journey as well. But I'm also giving back to you by letting you know that you don't have to waste your money on certain kind of things, especially if I'm not recommending it. But either way, yeah, so that's my little advert, because of course I will. Right. Before we go, maybe some ABC Oracle. Yeah, let's do some ABC Oracle. Hold on. Let me set that up. That's this up. Hey, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for being here with me. I have to reintroduce or restart kind of, because a lot of time has passed since I hit pause and stuff. And so we're going to kind of pick up wherever it is. I know that we said we were going to do the ABC Oracle, so that is what we will do. We'll do some astro dice too. And so ABC Oracle is pretty much anything can come out. This could be initials, this could be names, this could be words, this could be phrases, this could be imagery, stories that come to mind. Either way, it is more so just to add a little bit more entertainment and connection to those type of turned on, tuned in. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Don't make that which does not fit. You know, just leave it for whoever it will be for. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that, right? So it's like, right, we spend so much time, right? We spend so much time, how can I say this? We spend so much of our lives, right? Not saying the things that we desire to express, that we desire to say, all the things that we should say, right? Speaking in codes, right? Beating behind the bush, or cut your tongue kind of thing, right? Holding ourselves back. And I just feel like not anymore, you know, and especially with this Jupiterian type energy, right? So you can have Sue, SUE, SU, US, like Ulysses, Z, you have Z, B in your name, BK, R, O, right? C, CD, D, I, Eros, right? CR, CA, CL, BR, SV, KI, KB, right? You could be menstruating. Hold on. Yeah, you could be on your cycle. You could be traveling. You could be from the Bronx. You could be from Brooklyn. Your name could be Abe. You could be learning how to simply be too, right? And no longer allowing yourself to hold yourself back, right? Someone could be being, this keeps coming up, sued, or you could be suing someone too, right? Some of you could be on Instagram, big on Instagram, or big on Instagram, like, you know, whatever the case may be. Some of you can feel broke or be going broke, or rising from that too, right? Because some coming into big money, right? You could be dealing with people too, like, you know, because these are the energies too, because like I look over even over here, and this, right, came, your friend is jealous of your success, they hate seeing you win, right? And they could be big time broke, right? So those type of energies too. You could be also taking mushroom supplements, or like, you know, increasing your herbologies and things that you take, vitamins, nutritions, whatever the case may be. Your name could be Ben, right? Something like that. You can have an X in your name as well. Some of you could be traveling into caves. Something about an earthquake if you live in places that have earthquake. I'm getting earthquake kind of energy. So earthquake. So something could be, look, you could be riding bikes, getting a new bike. Or your bike can break. Be careful. Someone could be swimming with sharks. Literally, figuratively. Right? Somebody could be getting a BMW or Benz, a new car, a new gig, a place where you have to have a suit. You could have some kind of celebration, a reunion of some sort, a celebration. Aunt, you could be visiting an aunt or having an aunt visit you. Be from Georgia, San Francisco, Stony Brook, you know, Juilliard, Montclair, Virginia, Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio, Austin, Vermont, Florida, someone could be going fishing, somebody could be singing, you could be a singer, rapper, Dominican Republic, men's, Misa, Mensa, Misa. Somebody could be saying fuck that. You see what I'm saying? Like saying fuck that, especially anybody that's dealing with any kind of like evil eye and stuff like that. Like fuck that. I'm not dealing with that no more. Like nah, right? You can't take my space or my place, right? Something in January big went down, like maybe a secret came out or something like that, right? And you're going into another town and you learn something too, right? And it's just like, okay. And so you're getting the scoop and you're like, fuck that too, right? And it's just like, there's a lot of like they could have been like a mental breakdown of some type of sort in regards to some kind of even friendship, right? I'm saying a friendship, right? So there could be some kind of envy in that, right? Like we're seeing, right? Right. So like a work colleague, right? Okay. Like a work colleague, right? A work colleague. Office Karen. It's like scheming to get you fired. Don't trust that shady bitch. Like just dealing with shady shit, right? Dealing with shady shit because you're a big energy. So you've been dealing with kind of resentment from like other type of people and stuff like that in the United States, right? Thank you. Hold on. Right. So yeah. So it's like you have this evolutionary type of energy and people might be really triggered by it, right? But you're like, fuck that, right? So it's like, fuck that. Yeah, seriously. Fuck that. Jaguar spirit animal, Jaguar car. Somebody here might be into cars and collect them, like specialty type cars. I know nothing about cars, so I wouldn't even be able to speak the right kind of language. But yeah, a little bit. Right. So Texas. Maybe somebody here from Texas. Somebody here from Bolivia. Philadelphia. Where else? Philadelphia. Ireland. Did I say that right? Washington, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Miami. Welcome to Miami. Could be from Miami. I'm seeing Hawaii. Could be from Hawaii or going to Hawaii or live in Hawaii. Traveler. Bermuda. Coney Island. Somebody could be making a confession to you, a confession, going to some kind of confession, Georgia. Some kind of women convention or like a women's retreat or something like that. You could be having some kind of retreat, or it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be women, men, because I'm seeing men's too, but like co-ed kind of retreat, maybe a trip like in like Egypt, right? Some kind of you got sauce on my hair. Somebody could have fell off the wagon, meaning like whatever their addiction and stuff like that, and so maybe they're trying to get back on. Could be going through that, which is fine. Like don't beat yourself up about anything. You know what I mean? Like, because somebody could have got into like some kind of jam, something with their jaw too, like tight jaw, or even jaundice, I hear, or something. Somebody could be going to Mexico. Sorry, I'm hungry. Malibu, I said Malibu. No, I said Miami. No, I'm saying Malibu. Okay. Some kind of submarine bus, riding a bus somewhere, taking a bus to travel, or part of the travel involves a bus. I don't know. Somebody could be going to a bar, working at a bar. Somebody could be getting a new bag or in their bag, going for wax, like maybe you've never done full body wax or waxing something or making something with wax. Somebody can go kite flying. Tibetan monks, Tahiti, you could be doing some kind of spiritual resort or program. Oh, that's it. Hold on. Also, look at, yeah, so there could be some traveling, like skunk, like smelly type of like energies that want to like think up your work environment or your energy environment or your like your reputation, like how people view you, like mouse. I'm seeing mouse, skunk, giraffe. These are spirit animals I'm seeing here, right? Wren. somebody too could be getting work done, right? Now, this work that could be getting done, it's like it's a karmic energy for them, because the misalignment in what they're getting done. Now, if this is work getting done like to manipulate energies or to look a different type of way, like either way, like I'm seeing monkey, there's a, they might even be somebody might be traveling. It's like the energy of that chick that just like, I'm not saying that this is gonna happen and stuff like that, but I'm just saying that this is scary, right? With that chick that went to go get a mommy procedure. I don't know what that is though. Like again, I don't know, but she was only 32 years old, and she went under the knife to get something that she most likely did not fucking need. It's beautiful was she, right? If only she accepted her position. But you know, we live in a society that you want to appear to be a certain type of way, or you want to stay relevant, or you feel like this is the way to stay relevant, and so you put yourself out there to get these dangerous things done, these procedures that are dangerous, that slice and dice and, you know, could sometimes kill you. And it's just that story, like, you know. So I feel like the fact that can come up, like that type of energy, like insecurity, right? And people like feeling a certain type of way, that they feel like they got to keep up with the Joneses, they got to keep up with the trend, they got to keep up with society's expectations. That's an illusion, my friend, right? And so it's just sad, like, you know. And then you got people that you're over here trying to be, you're over here not trying, you are your authentic self, and you got people that they'll crucify you for that, because hey, be nice, you see. You got people that will crucify you, try to shame you for that, or try to make you feel lower than low, right? Especially like I'm looking at women, like other women on other women, right? So definitely. So what the hell else can be spoken about, revealed unto us that are here, right? Digging up dirt on you to use later. You see what I mean? Like people trying to, like, they like, so like people with vendettas against like you, or want to have something to have against you, or just not acknowledging you in some turn. Desert sage, right? Warm peppery aroma. Oh, desert sage, right? Release headaches, easy, like pleasant thoughts, makes pleasant thoughts, right? Getting tarot readings on you, right? They want to be all up in your business, right? So people want to be all up in your business, but you're cloaked. For those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in here, they can pull as many fucking cards. Pull this card. Did you pull this card? How about this card? Or this card? Anyone with ill intent that misuses this type of power will never get the tea on you, period. It'll be a flip side mirror that will but just reveal unto them that which they need to see for themselves. That's something that they're gonna have to learn to appreciate about the fair and the justness of just everything that we are, and the way that the laws of the universe do absolutely work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy to ever believe that other people can have that type of energy. It's an illusion, my friend. But you're gonna have to get through, peel through, understand, overstand those layers too for yourself, about the manipulation of power play energies that have been conditioned into our being. We all got motherfucking Stockholm syndrome. Okay. Right. And so, right, so it's like promotion. You'll get that promotion. What do you need to sacrifice for it? So people will do anything, right, to to get that promotion that they feel like they deserve or they want or that they need, and they don't want you because to get or see. So if you're in a similar like industry, see, everything on social media is a competition for people that are competing, because no matter your niche, people all want to be seen. They everybody wants to be seen only, you know. And if you get that like that green-eyed causing unexplained body pain and numbness, right here, so somebody too could be fucking around with, like, for those in the spiritual community, like too, like you might be experiencing, like they could be doing some voodoo doll shit, right, causing unexplained body pain, numbness, or trying to fuck with your appearance, or this beauty spell, or this glamour, or whatever it is, where they're trying to cipher your fucking beauty or your energy, or mess with your communication in some kind of way, trying to make you feel insecure or ugly in some kind of way, make you have a low fucking self-esteem, you know. So like use black sage, heavy aroma, the powers to draw your energy and consciousness into the other realms, protection when astral traveling, right? Or trying to hurt you in some kind of way, or this is the way they think, you know, this is, you know, they think of bodily harm, they think of, oh, if something happened to you, you just got out of the picture, or all this kind of stuff, or if you just fell off the face of the fucking earth, or stopped doing what you're doing, and all this kind of stuff too, especially if you're in this kind of social media, which most people are nowadays. Like everybody is on the social media plane of existence, and everybody that is on the social plane media of existence all want attention for them, and those that succumb to that feed, and those that give up and just like, oh, I don't care, and they just observe everything and don't show no love nowhere because they've accepted their role, that they're down there and all this kind of stuff. And then you got the people that are up here on the top, or appear to be somewhere up here on the top, or a little bit popular, a little bit popular, a little bit. Everybody wants that space, everybody wants that place, and nobody wants to share that space. And so it's like this competition, right? This over competition. Meanwhile, everybody's on the same motherfucking mission, right? So the daily mantra, by the power of 3 by 3, may the bad vibes stay the fuck away from me. By the power of 3 by 3, may the bad vibes stay the fuck away from me, right? By the power of 3 by 3, may the bad vibes stay away from me. Right? Palo Santo, let's light that shit up, right? Smooth, spicy aroma clears off negative energies, instills calm and relaxation, fills your home with joy and harmony, right? So you're getting all that bad energy out too. So, right? So beware of anyone from the past wanting to enter back into your life, because that's a false narrative. Like, why you here? It's because they're being nosy. You hear? So somebody might just want to be nosy, like, hey, I know you haven't spoken to you in a long time, and they might be coming with the good intentions, but at the end of the day, it's like, what is your intention? Why you didn't come a little bit before, causing you to feel lightheaded, severe headache, migraines? That's also part of that spell work. So people are wanting to send you, like, also they want you to be uninspired, like to wake up and not feel motivated, inspired to do that what you do, which is motivate and inspire everybody. Meanwhile, they don't realize that when you kill off the muse, they feed off of you. So they'll become depleted because nothing natural comes from them anyways. Everything is a fabricated lie, and they steal from others and stuff like that. So why would you want to dry up the well that you can't dry up anyways, because divinely lit, guided, and protected? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, only people that get, anyway, because they'll be like, oh, how dare you say such a thing? Well, then you must be on the fake narrative. Like, because I'm gonna say it, that's it. When you're divinely lit, you don't get drained. I said it. When you are divinely lit and ordained, you don't get drained. When you are divinely lit and ordained, baby, you don't get drained, okay? That's cosmic juice for you. Delicious manna, eat that all up, right? Freya, lady of love and war, self-love, 15, equates to 6, bringing the balance to this, right? Motherfuckers lying and and they be hiding, right? Motherfuckers be lurking and lying, lurking and lying, lurking and lying, hiding STDs or getting them and stuff like that. You know, there'd be people out there doing the most and out there spreading themselves so motherfucking thin and thinking that that's the way you bag a bag. Right? And it could be spiritual STDs too. It's not just physical ones. People could have a whole bodies of attachment, entanglements to their whole entire etheric field. That shit is heavy. I'm not shaming. I'm not slut shaming. People that be talking about, oh, you can't say anything anymore. You can't say anything anymore because, oh, that's transphobic. Oh, that's slut shaming. Oh, that's this. Nah, that's lack of accountability. And you're motherfucking triggered by that which is being said. And now you want to go attack and act like the other person's the motherfucking aggressor because you can't deal with certain kind of facts that rub your ass the fucking wrong way. And now you want to throw shade in some other kind of way because lack of accountability exists in your land. Like, fuck out of here with that. Don't let people gaslight you like that. It really be like that. It really be like that. You can't say nothing no more because everybody's fucking offended. Go heal then so you can stop fucking getting offended over everything. Like, yo, seriously. Seriously. Oh, is she slut shaming me? If you're so bothered about being slut shaming, then don't be a slut. Or don't resonate with the energy of what slut has been called to be. Like if you know what I'm saying? Like if the shoe fucking fits, wear it. Like I don't know what the fuck to tell you. These are the words that we come up with to communicate about a certain kind of thing that you can understand. Like I don't know what else to call somebody that's, you can say promiscuous. Okay, you don't have to say slut. All right, it's just like that short video that I fucking made, the voiceover. It was like, oh, do you apologize for the way that you were talking to me? No, but I will apologize for the way that maybe I delivered the message, but I meant every fucking word I said. Like, what the fuck you want me to tell you about that? Like, people want it so quick to check everybody, but nobody checks themselves. In this human condition, we're all going to make mistakes. We're all learning. So the kinder we can learn how to be to ourselves, maybe the kinder we'll be to other people too. You have J, K, R, K, K in your name, WV, right? Be writing a song, writing a script, performing, traveling, doing travel performances or pop-ups or something like that too. Your events, traveling all over the world, expanding whatever it is that you're bringing into your own existence. Yes, right? So yeah, let's see who's here. This is just also for added fun and stuff like that. If your numbers are not called, your birthdays, your signs, don't get all pissy pants. Just, you know, just enjoy it for what it is and don't make what doesn't fit. And just this is just a small portion of this. The bigger, larger part of the messages are that which is being expressed. You know what I mean? Could be a life path number 3, right? Life path number 2, life path number 5. You could be 25 years old, you could be 52 years old. You could be born November 5th, something significant in November, or you could be born May 11th, May 15th, July 15th. You could be a life path number 7. You could be 27 years old. You could be 60 years old. You could be 64 years old. You could be 49 years old. You could be 42, 41. You could be 53. You could be 63. You could be 39. You could be 36. You could be 32. 21, 22, 24, 31. Let her out. You could be a Sagittarius, you could be a Libra, you could be an Aquarius, you could be a Scorpio. You could have Gemini, Taurus in your chart too. Capricorn, right? You could be born in August. You could be born in September. I don't want to get out. Right? You could be a life path number 1. You could be born in 1962, 1961. Be 33, 30, 30, 31, 32, 1972, 1975, 1993, 1994, 1995, 1985, 1965, 1966. Be a Virgo. Something in August. Something in August. Could be going down. That will be processed, because when I say that going down, I see Sagittarius, the archer, or the arrow twice. It could be happening with an earth sign, some kind of earth element, grounding element being brought into existence. Maybe a union. You could be also something with a Pisces, so some kind of communication of some sort too, going down, happening outside of town, right, or in another town of some kind of sort, or maybe traveling too. Maybe 42, 41, 46, 36, 28, 27, 23, 21, 22, 55. Cool. Cool. Ay. Right? Cool. All right, let's see what spirit animals we have. For those tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and I saw lion, right? So bear, strength. I saw lion, which makes me think of August, July, August, because I'm Leo, right? So definitely August, something's going down. Scorpion, new beginning going down. You are invited to instigate change, but you are also being warned that this transformation may be radical. So a radical change is to be expected at this moment in time. You could be Scorpio, you could have Scorpio in your chart too. I have heavy in Vedic astrology. I'm a Scorpio, right? So get rid of everything in your current life that can prevent you from improving based on this principle. Destroy before rebuilding. You are promised a beneficial rebirth. Okay, here we go. Right? Crow, wisdom, transition, in a transitionary period, right? Which part of your life is or maybe going through a transition. Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, or cities, right? Whatever it is, the crow signaling that you are ready to make the change. Definitely check out my blog in every kind of way, because there's one of the blogs, I don't know which one it is, but there's a crow that always comes and says hi to me and stuff like that, and it just always flies by every time I stop by, like, you know, like it just cat independence anyways, doesn't matter, right? So but yeah, so you know, that's mystic muse blog, right? Enchantress the Valor's Mystic Muse blog. So you're being encouraged to develop a balance between independence and a time of togetherness. This also indicates that you would greatly benefit from a profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself, right? And then you got armadillo, right? Protection. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past, which is that fuck no type of energy. Like, fuck out of here with any of that bullshit. I'm not dealing with any of it anymore. It's that they don't start none, there won't be none. Check yourself, mate, because you're not as tough as you pretend to be. They're not as tough as they pretend to be. And trust, they don't want the sauce. Because each and every single time, they don't see that either. They do, some part of them does, and so they probably get more mad at you for it. But anytime they even mentally think of you in a fucked up kind of way, some shit goes down in their own life that they have to pay. It's a price to pay for that behavior in that type of way, and they're getting like that instant kind of karma. And the more that they shade you and the more that they play you, and it's not even, you can go on and move on with your merry life, and you don't have to ever think about a person again. That's not shading, that's not playing. That's like, I just don't fuck with you and I'm moving on with my life. I'm never gonna think about you again. It's not hurtful. It's just like what you gotta do. You gotta program yourself to just do that. But that's not what they do. They'll walk away, they'll act like they don't fuck with you. They act like they don't know who you are. They act like you don't fucking exist. But yo, you exist. You exist. Everything, they wake up, they think about you. They go to sleep, they thinking about you. During their fucking day, they're thinking about you. All this kind of stuff. And so they're in that energy hit of a lie that they choose to continue to deny, and they don't acknowledge in this life. And that shit is just like a fucking infatuation. It's like they're obsessed. Right? The cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, right? A 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backwards, right? So, and strengthen my leg. I'm sorry, I had to send a funny message right now, right? So be provocative. Be your delicious self, right? Continue to move forward and really activate your wisdom in how you're maneuvering, how you're dealing with, how you are bringing forward your sword of truth. This is the Ace of Swords, right? How you're bringing forward your sword of truth, like that machete, right? You want to come at me? You're going to get sliced and diced, removed from my life. I tried to be nice. You didn't want to play that way. And so now, before I decapitate you, you better get the fuck out my way. That's all I gotta say. We don't got beef. But if you come at me, before how I used to just stay quiet and complacent, no, not no more. You come in my energy field, I even whiff it in just any way. First of all, you can't even penetrate. But I don't want to play. I don't want to engage. I don't want to entangle. And I don't want to continue your cycle. And so I'm cutting that fucking cord real motherfucking quick. And this too could be in your own internal, right? Because we can project on that and we could always attack another fucking person. But until we have accountability for the way that we think, the way that we feel, and the way that we move and how we act and move and think and feel, that's the sort of truth that could be real. This could be mirror talk. This could be you looking at yourself in the mirror like, stop self-sabotaging. Stop being a douche. Stop closing your eyes. Start living in your truth. Start expressing it in every way. Hold your sword of truth and be activated from there, right? Be activated from there. Queen of Pentacles style, whether you're male or fucking female, right? It's in your power, your earthly power, right? What we were speaking about, always watch all my videos so that way everything always aligns and makes sense, right? But the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the suit of Pentacles, it's the only suit that's tangible here in the 3D. So of course it is the one that takes the most time to feel like you achieved something, some form of pentacle, some kind of earthly stability. Right? And being in that power of creation, because it's this feminine energy, right? So it's creative, it's fertile, it's infinite, it's a portal access to more creation. Very exciting. Justice. Justice. Justice, and this is the law's justice, not the human one. And that's where mofos should worry, especially if they're not doing that which they pretend to do, right? Because this queen right here, is due her seat on that throne. And that only comes with that self-empowerment, right? Like that Empress type of energy that is just very much that master alchemist creating the energy of energy that is needed for the mastery of creation. That is you on this journey too, right? Right? And Six of Wands, right? And having this victory, this holy moment from being so disappointed, because we go back to that energy of reality that sucks, right? That Five of Cups energy that came up before. But if you go back to that Five of Cups energy, right, it's five, and now we're digressing, we're going backwards because we're having some accountability. So we need to see the behavior, the pattern, the condition. And it took the Four of Cups to get you to the Five of Cups, right? So with the Four of Cups, it was the frustration, right? Anger oftentimes activates for us the passion needed to light that firecracker up our ass, to finally motivate ourselves to make some type of level of push towards our own progression, because we're sick and tired of our own shit. Right? It's just like, oh, I'm tired of my own shit. Right? In this card, because usually, like even in the Four of Cups, in the regular traditional tarot, right? It's usually depicted like someone just ungrateful for that cup that's being given, because they're wallowing over cups that have already been previously spilled, and they're just dissatisfied with the offers that they got. But here, when we look at his depiction, he's just like mad now. So, and that's the place, but with a love's righteous anger, right? Like, fuck this. Like, I give so much. I don't like none of this shit here that's being given to me. So fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh my God, definitely watch my vlogs. I don't know what vlog number it's going to be. I don't know which one it is, but there's a whole, it's another one where I think I'm crying. You're gonna meet a lot of my Pisces moon in my vlog, right? But it comes out with my Pisces, with my Aquarius moon too, right? Because after the cry comes the sword, right? Because of truth, right? Like that's Aquarius is that air energy, that sword energy that evolved, is the final air sign, the evolutionized air sign of the zodiac, right? And so that sword of empowerment, right, in the emotion place, from an emotional place, right? So anyways, but that's how it be. And so the High Priestess tapped in, turned on, tuned in to that which you are connected to, right, in every kind of way. And it's empowering, it's satisfying, right? And so you creating on these lands, you're touching, you're feeling, your senses are further engaging in ways that like never before. Ace of Pentacles. And so creation is more for you, right, at this time, as you reflect, as you go in, introspect, reflect, right? So this is like that. That's why you go check out the Sigma videos and stuff like that. But if you're alpha dominant and you're here, this is you being an alpha dominant, tapping into the part of you that needs the seclusion, that's a part of you that needs to isolate and get away from being around other people in order to really have a better honing in on your own self-identity and stuff like that, right? Because as much as you might crave the external validation, you still need the internal one first, right? And that's something a Sigma might already have, right? Or an introvert might already have. Hey, right? Hold on. Freya, Lady of Love and War, self-love. How can I bring greater harmony between the lover and the warrior archetypes within myself to ensure I'm neither losing myself in another nor losing myself off to the love I deserve? as women, right? But also I'm including men, but I'm reading it from the book, so this is what it said. Too often we sacrifice our true needs and desires and lose ourselves in our romantic partner. While it is only natural to want to love and be loved by another, Freya reminds you that you have a responsibility to love yourself, for as how you treat yourself truly does set the standard for how others, especially romantic partners, will treat you. And this is the same ringing true in our friendships, right? So one of the most significant deities in Norse mythology, Freya, is known for riding her cat-drawn chariot across the sky clad in a cloak of hawk feathers. Though Freya shares many commonalities with love goddess of other pantheons, such as Aphrodite, Venus, and Oshun, she is unique for her warlike nature and skill. She is not only the goddess of love, beauty, and sex, but also of war and Sior, a form of pre-Christian Norse magic and shamanism that Freya herself brought to Odin and human. Right? Freya embodies the essence of self-love by maintaining perfect harmony between the lover and warrior archetypes. Although love and war may not seem intrinsically tied at first glance, they are two of the most uncontrollable passions known to humankind. As the goddess of love, Freya knows that she is worthy of being loved and desired, and she seeks to unite with the other and to truly know and be known. As the goddess of war, Freya is focused and self-aware and doesn't allow others to divert her attention away from what is truly meaningful to her. Although she accepts that she is a relational being, she will readily use her sword to cut away codependent, unhealthy bonds and her shield to set uncompromising boundaries, because at the end of the day, the warrior Freya loves herself enough to protect, honor, and fight for herself first. I love that. I love that, right? So what other messages do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in right now? What other messages do we have from goddesses divine that can bestow their wisdom onto those tapped in, turned on, tuned into us at this beautiful moment in time as we converse with the divine? January's rebirth, so a rebirth happening here, right? And then this is 15, 6, that adds up to 6. You could be a life path number 6. You could also have been born in June 29th, and June 29th too. 9, 10, 11, you could be a life path number 2, you could be a life path number 9, you could be a life path number 2, I said, right? January's rebirth, right? So here you go, look, January's rebirth, right? January's rebirth. In what ways is my higher self calling me to step up so that I can give birth to a new version of myself who is wiser, more aware of my needs, and more authentic? This card reminds you that we come to Earth to learn lessons and grow, and often do so by making mistakes. We discover our needs after repeatedly putting ourselves into relationships where our needs are not met. We discover who we truly are after we tire of juggling too many masks. This is the nature of the journey we signed up for as souls living the human experience. Acknowledge your mistakes and ponder what these errors have taught you about your true self, needs, and most authentic desires. Throughout our lives, our higher self will call us to initiate a rebirth of the self, to show up for ourselves every day to the best of our ability, and as we want others to show up for us. To stop fooling ourselves into thinking that we can somehow achieve more inner and outer freedom without first achieving greater self-discipline. To recognize that everything occurring in our external reality, good or bad, is mirroring a lesson that we have yet to grasp internally, right? On a bitterly cold January eve, a young woman has consulted the tarot, a crow, and a coyote. The wise fools of the animal world, and the fool, always represented by 0, point her to both a completion and beginning. She must let go of past folly, yet seek to understand the hidden motivations behind those mistakes so that she can learn from them. The Temperance card signals that she must understand, interesting temperance, right? Because Sagittarius, and it is a full moon in Sagittarius, right? The Temperance card signals that she must understand her unique needs for mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being, and set firm boundaries around them. The Justice card directs her to better hear the voice of her higher self by shutting out outside influences, because all the answers she seeks are within, and she alone can decide for herself what is true. to deciding for yourself what is true. I like that. That's beautiful. These cards are gorgeous too. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I. This was a long one, and I don't mind. If you're interested in shorter videos and all this stuff at this time, you should definitely go check out my blog, but it's nothing like this at all. It's more insight into my own world and stuff like that, but definitely, right? So let's see. So you can ask yourself some yes or no questions at this time, right? I'm going to leave that up to you, right? So I'm going to give you this opportunity while I shuffle for you to think about anything yes or no related. Yes, no, maybe. So related in regards to love, I would assume, right? Because this is more love related. So anything in regards to love that you dare to ask yourself right now, that you may want to a little bit more clarity, right? So yes, no, maybe type question. Like if you want a clear yes, a clear no, maybe. I don't know. I haven't used all of these yet. So yes, no, maybe. Just that's what I'm trying to say. Make it a very simplified question that can be answered in a yes, no, maybe style answer. So that's right. So thank you for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in. So let me see. Right. All right, are you ready? We're gonna go. Ask your question in your mind. Have it in the focus of your mind right now. It has to be love related, romance related in some kind of way. Yes, no, maybe type question. What is your question? Because the next card that flips on out, that is the response, the answer that is at this time, whether you like it or not, we shall see, but it is going to be the answer that you need to receive, okay? For whatever reason that you need to receive it. Okay. So 2 things flew out. That's finally 3 things. Alright. So decide in your mind if you want card 1, 2, or 3, or all of them. So whatever your question is, yes, right? A period of harmony and peace. Take a balanced approach to resolving conflicts. Temperance card, right? So yes, you get a yes, which is good because this is scary because we don't know what's gonna fly out. And if you want to continue, right, or whatever, so whoever chose the third one here, but if you chose the second one here, and that was like a double yes, because I felt like these two flew out together, and then this is a surprise underneath, right, for maybe somebody else, right? But you are complete. A pause before a new start. Take a breath. The world's right. So this could be like even an engagement, a marriage, a happy one too, happy relationship. And then for somebody else, something hidden, right? It's maybe there are more insights to be gained before jump back into the game too soon. Make sure the situation is what you truly desire, the hangman. So make sure that before all this kind of goes down too, that this is what you really want. You know what I mean? Because you never know, right? Like sometimes the thrill of the chase could be so exciting, and then when you win, sometimes you realize that it's not what you wanted. And so, and if yes, this is what you want, then that's great. Then calm your tits, right? And let it flow and let it grow, and let it go. So, all right. That was that one. That was that one. Wait, that was that one. That was that one. Any other messages? I hope you don't mind, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they could be long, but what other messages do we have at this time since we were talking about the mermaid? Adrift, letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time, right? Surrendering to the divine, to your divine call and purpose too, right? Everything that you have going for you. Could be 27 years old, you could have been born in 1972, you could be life path number 2, life path number 7, or life path number 9, divine sensuality, making love, erotica too. You could be 22 years old, you could be life path number 4, you could be life path number 2, right? Yeah, and tapping in, turning on, tuning in more so to your own cosmic bliss, whether you're in a relationship or not, but this divine sensuality, right? Infused, right? Rapid development, going, there goes that rapid radical recovery, right? Rapid radical recovery. Rapid radical recovery, right? Into your own development, into your own development, right? Excellence, success. Yeah, this is something great, right? Especially with this Jupiter Ridian energies, right? Rapid development in your own sanctuary, right? Having respectable boundaries, enjoying your personal space, right? Water flight, right? Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, becoming weightlessness. Ooh, I like that word, weightlessness, right? Weightlessness. I like that word. Oh my goodness. I like that word, weightlessness. Weightlessness, right? Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness, right? Tuning into your own rituals at this time, tuning in, tapping into your own self-care and love, letting go of any kind of aggression, working on forgiveness too, right? And anything that wants to manipulate, anything that you're up against, like this big scary shadow, the ways of this world, right? You could be 33 years old, you could also be a life path number 6, you could be 28 years old, you could have been born in 1982, you could have been born in 1941, you could be 41 years old, 1989, 29 years old, you could be 23 years old, right? And it's like experiments in this world, right? Everything is an experiment, especially things that are ruling the planet and stuff like that. So the manipulation of nature, you might be tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and sensitive to, right? Things that are trying to force things to change, and the cruelty of this kind of pursuit, you're tapped in, turned on, tuned into. But just understand, the heaviness is lifting, burdens are being cast away. Weightlessness, think weightlessness, think weightlessness, think weightlessness, right? So it's like light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board, right? Weightlessness, weightlessness, right? So, and tapping in, you can go into the flow, like water aerobics, dancing in the water, dance in the water, dance in the water, right? Dance in the water, dance in the water, become water, right? Become water, fluid, right? Become water, fluid. Know that you're protected, right? You are protected. You are protected. Yeah. You're divinely lit, guided, and protected. And those that you have in your field, you can trust at this time, and that you've already been shown who those unfortunately can't be around you, right? The return of Aphrodite. Here we go. Temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating yourself as sacred. You're treating yourself as sacred. You are treating yourself as sacred, and that's divine. That is divine working within you at this time, and that's a powerful place to be, right? That's a powerful place to be. That is a powerful place to be. right? Receptivity, right? Allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give, right? Receptivity. I like these words, right? Receptivity, right? Allow your, I'm going to make some affirmations to share with my subscribers on Instagram for just 99 cents. You could be a part of this too, right? Allow yourself to receive. So I'm going to, based off of this, for just 99 cents, right? Based off of this video recording, there will be powerful. I am a word alchemist. I have been studying the etymology of words for 10 plus years. Like literally, like I want to say longer, but people are like, oh my God. But like it's 20 plus years or so. Like I've just been studying words like crazy. And I'm a word smith. So I am a stickler for words. And so the alchemy, there is alchemy to words. There are vibrations to words, and there are certain figurations that you just shouldn't say together. Like that's I've been correcting the English narrative for since I started doing it in junior high school. It was already, I was doing it for a couple of years, and to just part of my path. So affirmations are something that, yeah, you can say, but I find that a lot of people cancel out their affirmations because they don't know the language that they speak. And so anyways, when I create affirmations, it's with alchemy, you know what I mean? So affirmations, alchemy, alchemy, get your alchemy affirmations. Right? For just 99 cents, I'm telling you, there's way more stuff over there. It's not just affirmations, there's videos, exclusive content shared nowhere else. Tarot, oracles, behind the scenes, all that. It's just 99 cents. It has nothing to do with money. It's just a token of appreciation for the manna that you will receive that's worth way more than fucking 99 cents. Anyways, alchemy affirmation for subscribers based on a lot of these words that we got here from this video. So definitely go check that out. Okay. So right, so yeah, so cool. I just had to put that out there, right? The endurance that has, keep on going. Look, keep on going, and you're opening up more with vulnerability, especially in love. Open your heart, allow yourself to be tender, allow yourself to be tender, and allow yourself to be receiving, allow yourself to give, you know what I mean? Allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to give in a tender type of way, leading to your freedom and independence, right? Self-determination, all this that you're creating, passion, fuel, this root chakra, right? This root chakra stability, right? Through the endurance that you have um had to endure in your life and rise, right? Air, right? She likes it. Yeah. Right? Breathing deep, entering into life. You need some people will have the audacity and the nerve to interrupt your flow because of their own selfish needs and desires and wants and stuff. Try not to let that rub you the wrong way either. Just see it for what it is. Stand your ground, and that's it. Just stand your fucking ground. Question. And you're not gonna play games anymore either. When you know how when you ask a direct question and people don't answer, or they play dumb or something like that, like you're gonna leave people in the dumb state that they want to be in, right? It's either be clear in your speech or be gone, right? Be clear or be gone. Be clear or be gone. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to, because I had to start going. But it was fun. I enjoyed tapping in, tuning in with you guys. I had some time to do this, and I was like, you know what? And even though I took gaps of time in between and stuff, it was great being here with you guys. So either way, we're gonna get some angel messages for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in right now. Yeah, and make sure to check out all my videos. Make sure to subscribe, click the master link, and then go into that master link and click all of those links and become and share a part of your world with me, and share part of my world with you as I share part of my world with you. And yeah, and that great. Like, let us connect even furthermore, right? So I have this YouTube channel, which I love, right? And it's like a wild card adventure, and it's my freedom of expression in this spiritual evolution of development and quantum leaps of infinite awesomeness. That's what this is: expression, art, and spirituality, spirit science, and evolution and motivation and inspirational wrapped up into one, right? From an esoteric kind of multi-dimensional quantum field of perception experience. And then I have my Instagram, which is at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, right? And then I have TikTok, which is Alchemistic Poetess. That's also me. Then I have my blog, my baby, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. Then I have this YouTube channel at Enchantress the Babbler. And then I also have my new blog YouTube channel, Enchantress the Babbler's Mystic Muse blog. And that's at, you can't find it yet through the handle at Mystic Muse blog. Like if you type that in, it doesn't come up. But if you type Enchantress the Babbler in the search, and then you look, you'll see it's the newest, and it has vlog #1 on it, and it's also shared in my community board too, and also in the master link. So if you go to the master link, those are ways to connect with me and in more dynamic ways. And also on my Instagram, you can follow me for free, but there's also a 99-cent subscription that gives you a hell of a lot more, and you get a quantum bang for your buck. All right, and that's my inverted infusions here. But now moving on to our angel messages, and then I gotta go, guys. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right. So we got Barachil, divine angel, bless us, right? Showers of heavenly love, intercession, good fortune, removes blocks to success. I can help you become a generous channel through which God will pour a fountain of blessings into people's lives. Unikite is the crystal. February, opportunity awaits, right? You can have Pisces in your chart too. You could be 31 years old. You could be born on the 4th day, born on 3, born in March, born in January, born in April as well. You don't have to be, what else? What other angel messages do we have for those tapped in? Danielle, protector of infants and children. You could be 21 years old. You can have Aries in your chart, Sagittarius in your chart too. Protector of infants and children, youthful, birth of a child, contagious joy, zest for life, lightness of being, wonder, right? When you feel weighed down by life or heavy emotions, I will help you reconnect to the wonder and joy of living. Desert Rose, a matter of weeks. Answer is yes to anything that might be on your mind. So we got triple yes stuff happening for us here. Sorry. Hi, Shiva. Hi, Shiva. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hey, what other messages do we have? Oop. Right, you can be 24 years old, you can be 42 years old, right? You can have Capricorn in your chart, angel of work and confidence, purpose, efficient, motivated, new ideas, projects, being expedited, experience, focus. I will help you with projects, choosing a vocation, or when you feel overwhelmed with work. Adamite, spring, don't procrastinate is the message of this card too. Right? Simiel, angel of unconditional love. You could be 28 years old. You could have been born in 1982. Relationship repair, heals broken hearts, tenderness. Weren't we talking about tenderness? So can I get a little bit of tenderness, a little love and tenderness, love and tenderness. I like that word too, right? Weightlessness, tenderness, right? Relationship repair. I foster harmonious relationships by filling hearts with compassion and love. I also help soulmates unite. Rhodochrosite, new moon, compromise, right? I love it. What are the messages that we have? Oh, did I show you guys? I don't know. The cards are beautiful. Yes, of course. Right? Did I show you these? Right? I don't know. Right? Okay. Sandokan, he always comes up. Angel of music, harmonic healing, fifth chakra, melody, clairaudience, creative expression, poetry. You might be a poet like me. If you are, say hi to me, please. I'm a poet too. I'm a poetess. I love poetry. I speak poetry. I am poetry. We are poetry. We are living poetry. Oh my God, I love you. Right? I help you tune your frequency to source through sound, vibrations, and music, singing, and poetry. Oh my God, if you go check out my blog, right? I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I know that all the vlogs are not up yet because I'm posting them when I post them, but vlog number 1 is up. But there is a vlog coming up that you're gonna hear me singing. I honestly, I could sing, guys. But I was having one of those moments. And yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. So like my mom is turquoise. You could be 19 years old. You could have been born in 1991. You could be a Pisces too, or have Pisces in your chart. Turquoise days, communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. Didn't we say be clear or be gone, right? Communicate clearly. What? That's coming up again. Communicate clearly. Be clear or be gone, right? Didn't we say that? So sometimes that begins with ourselves. When we start communicating clearly, then that's what we draw into, people that communicate clearly as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Zodiac, angel of harmony and vitality. You could be 38 years old. You could have been born in 1983. You could be 40 years old. You could be life path number 8, life path number 3. Right? You could be a Libra, angel of harmony and vitality. Feeling complete, experiential wisdom, evolve, plan B, create an oasis, balancing opposing forces. I help you achieve balance from a change in perspective, compromising by finding common ground. Topaz, September, find another way to do certain kind of things, right? Like you stop trying to force something that's just not fitting in certain kind of degrees and stuff, but whatever. We shall continue, you know what I mean? All right. Yes. So we got Haziel, angel of unconditional forgiveness. We said forgive before too, right? Loving encouragement, mercy, fights evil, non-judgmental, sees only inner innocence. I raise your vibration through love and forgiveness and help you see the pure heart within yourself and others. Topaz in 3 weeks, right? Something about asking the angels. So make sure that you ask your God, your spirit guides, whatever it is that you tune in, tap in, turn into, whenever you do that is divine. I'm not here to tell you how to do that, or how to have you dial up with source, right? God, creator of all, whatever it is that it is for you. I don't use the word God due to its taint, right, in our conditioning. And for me, because in my conditioning, I understand it to be that what it is, it can't be God for me. So when I say the word divine, which means God to me, or universe, which means God to me, right? Or source, which means God to me, that for me resonates more, because the God that has been taught to me from this earthly sphere has been tainted in its energy. And even though I might be cognitive to the energy taint and all this kind of stuff, it still exists, and therefore it has this powerlessness and this powerfulness and powerlessness tied to it, that until I can find peace with that, I can't use that word in my and I can say it and speaking it, but do you understand? But when I'm connecting and I'm talking and I'm saying, I don't want to disconnect from this dial-up that I'm tapped in, turned on, tuned into. right? But God is a powerful source of word, and there's also an energy stamp of that that's not necessarily fucking English. Understand? It's just, it's just where we are in etymology, where we are in understanding, understanding, overstanding, and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So chiming out angel of divine partnerships. Ooh. Divine love, twin flames, peace, union, unconditional love, mission, harmony. I help open the fourth chakra and raise your frequency to that of divine union with your beloved other. Rose quartz, perfect timing, trust in the process that is happening here for you this Gemini season. All right. Till next time, have a great one, love. Bye.